I just bought this. Significant progress on the jet-powered skateboard has been made. I've made a list here, so I've prepared for this video. Now, as you can see, jet engine. I have ordered that. I ordered it about 5 days ago. It should be here in the next week or so, fingers crossed. So that's the main part. That's like the really important part. So that's done. Next up is the electronics. Now that comes in two parts. One is the electronics that comes with the jet engine. That's coming with it. I just asked the guy, I said, look, just give me everything I need to get going. And the other part is the controller. So, you know those kind of controllers that they use for like radio controlled airplanes and cars and things, you know, like where you use your two thumbs? I'm not going to get one of those. I'm going to use the one that's like a trigger with a little wheel. So, you know, because you don't want to be, you know, using both your hands. So I'm just about to order that. So almost there on that one. Board, I'll talk about that in a minute. Trucks and wheels. I mentioned previously that I have a guy in Australia who does like disc brakes or sort of disc hub brakes on skateboard trucks. They're the only ones in the world. It's amazing, nobody makes them. This guy said he'd donate to this project, which is cool, but he's waiting for them. They're on order. So I can take that one off, I think. Fuel tanks. Now, I've been deliberating over what's the best option, and I think getting two sort of small oil tanks, you know, about maybe 1 litre each on either side of the engine. I think that's the way to go. So that's still kind of up in the air. Now there's two more things I want to talk to you about. First of all, I'll talk to you about the board in a second. But if you remember in the last video, I talked about, you know, if this is looking down on the skateboard, I talked about putting the jet engine kind of there. Okay, and here I would put the fuel tank. Now, after some discussions with people in the comments and people helping me, there's no reason not to put the engine in just bang in the center. And what I'm thinking then I can do is put two small fuel tanks kind of like that. So ultimately what would happen is looking towards the back of the skateboard, it would look something like this. You'd have a wheel there, axle, board, and so I think the jet engine would be there, and a fuel tank there, and a fuel tank there. So that's the rough plan for that. We'll leave it at that. Now the board. Now, this is a little bit more involved. I bought this longboard. Hopefully you can see that. Let's see, there we go, pretty long. Now, I bought that for a few reasons. One is that I've never been on a skateboard in 20 years, at least 20 years. Not that I was really on them that much when I was younger, but I've never been on one. So I thought, before I strap myself to a jet-powered skateboard, I better practice a little bit. So hence the longboard. That was one reason. The other reason is to get a feel for, you know, what it feels like. I mean, this deck, you know, the deck is extremely sort of flexible, and there's a sort of feel to it. So when you ride it, you know, when you're going left and right, you know, there's a certain flex to it. Now I think I need to sort of feel that out. Should I make a solid deck for the jet-powered skateboard, or should it have some flex? I'm not sure, so hence buying this. The other reason for buying this longboard is just so I've got something. I can see how it's set up. I can see the way the trucks are positioned, the wheels, the heights and things. You know, I need a reference point. I don't want to just go out and make something from scratch. It's always good to sort of build on something that's already working. Now, I want to show you the flex in this board, just out of curiosity. So take a look at this. So you can see that's quite a lot of flex. Now, that's great. I mean, I was out this afternoon, I was just, you know, going up and down the road here outside the workshop, you know, testing, and it's nice to have that squidginess, and the wheels are really soft and things like that, but I don't think that's going to work, you know, that flexibility of board for, you know, for this jet powered skateboard, because I think you want something more solid. I don't think I'm going to be turning many corners, you know, possibly, but it's mainly just straight line, smooth corner stuff. So probably something a bit more solid. And in line with that is this board is set up so you can do really sharp turns. I mean, you can turn in just in a 6-12 feet, you can turn right round in a circle. In fact, take a look at this. Have a look at the angle that the wheels can go. So you can see it's pretty. You don't want that on a sort of high-speed jet-powered skateboard. You want to stiffen things up. You want to tighten up the trucks. Have a non-flexing board, that kind of thing. Now, one final thing, and that's with regard to the board. As you saw on that skateboard, in fact, I'll show it to you again, just in case. The wheels are firmly underneath the board. But I've been doing a bit of research, and you get boards that are more designed for high speed and less cornering, and the board is lower to the ground. And I think that's the design I need to go for this. So rather than the board being like this, I don't know if you can see this, rather than it being like that with the wheels underneath, what I'm planning to go for, and this is preliminarily, my initial thought is that I will do a solid, straight, flat bit of carbon fiber, something like this. And that would be solid. There's no flex in that. That's the initial plan. And what I would do then with that is I will take something like that up here. Now that there would be titanium. Same on the other end. Again, titanium. These ends would be pretty much identical. Now the trucks, like these bits here, they would go here, so they come down like that with the wheel there. Same again here, trucks, wheel there. So this is a bit exaggerated, but basically there'll be between here and here, there won't be much room to the ground. You know, there'll be a bit, I don't know, a lot less than this skateboard, that's for sure. So if this is the front here, up at the back, I expect some sort of frame like this, and the jet engine would go something like that, you know, fuel tank there, something like that. Like that's where I'm at so far. So just to recap, the jet engine is on order. The electronics are coming with it. I'm going to order one of those trigger things probably this week. The trucks and wheels I'm waiting for the fellow from Australia to send them over, so hopefully those will be here in the next week or two. Fuel tanks, I've just got to do a bit more research. Board, I think I'm there. I will probably make like Perspex mock-ups or plastic mock-ups just to make sure they're going to go okay, and then I'll just be using titanium ones bolted together. I'll probably order a fairly thick custom bit of carbon fiber for the main part, and that's it. That's pretty much all I've got for you today for the jet-powered skateboard. Catch you next time.